The first time I truly clocked in mentally to Cyberpunk 2077's first major content expansion was when I was sneaking into the guarded walls of Dogtown, the game's setting, and abruptly realized that the setup for this DLC is close to identical to John Carpenter's Escape from New York. Phantom Liberty is an extra refined bite of Cyberpunk 2077, an expansion pack's expansion pack. It doesn't reinvent the game as a whole, but it's a fantastic final outing for V and Night City, as well as one of the best individual stories CD Projekt Red has told to date. Meanwhile, Cyberpunk's 2.0 update, free to all players, has reforged the game's original looter-shooter gear deluge and plus 5% poison resistance style perk system into a solid action RPG whose under-the-hood systems complemented shooting, slashing, and stealthing. Whilst not perfect, after a legendarily fraught launch with 3 years of rebuilding to follow, Cyberpunk 2077 is finally the RPG its world and characters deserved, and Phantom Liberty is a fine last hurrah for this game that has taken CD Projekt Red so long to perfect. CD Projekt Red is great at teeing up a story that seems like it'd be derivative or Spike TV edgy, then absolutely curving you with unexpected depth and nuance, and that's no different here. President Myers comes across as a down-to-earth one of the guys, former soldier, but there's a serpent-like ambition that comes out as the story goes on. Equally, despite an occasionally janky accent, Idris Elba is a real treat as Solomon Reed, one of the main characters you'll bond with during the story, alongside Songbird, who lures you here with the promise of a cure for your Keanu Reeves disease. Phantom Liberty's main quests are a series of real dingers. I was wondering how it could stack up post-Baldur's Gate 3, but I think CD Projekt makes a good case here for more cinematic, bounded RPG design. CD Projekt really is in the same league as Naughty Dog or Sony Santa Monica when it comes to delivering jaw-dropping moments, but it sets itself apart with the RPG choice, consequence, and interactivity I crave. The side content, or gigs too, feel like a refined chunk of what the game has to offer. In the main game, a lot of the missions were to just go to a place and shoot some people, and sometimes they'd be full-on side stories, but you couldn't tell which and when. But almost all of the new side content here feels like more of those more refined side stories. It is inevitable, but still a shame that Dogtown, despite ostensibly being in the middle of Night City, feels so cut off from the main game. There's no interplay with characters like Judy, Rogue, Kerry, or Takemura, which makes it feel a little strange, especially considering that Dogtown's design feels no different from the rest of Night City. Sure, it looks different and the residents are more aggressive, but for the most part it's just another district. With 2.0 fixing Cyberpunk's loot and progression woes, its biggest remaining issue to my eye is that there's no real call to explore or poke around its world outside explicit mission objectives. Night City just isn't inviting or tactile the way a good immersive sim or even the Elder Scrolls games managed to be. Dogtown's smaller, more manageable canvas could have been an opportunity to create something like that within Cyberpunk 2077. The visual feast of Night City has always clashed with how uninteractive the world is. Still, I'm extremely pleased with Phantom Liberty. CD Projekt can hang with the big dogs when it comes to cinematic storytelling, all with a quality of writing and world building that I prefer to the likes of Sony's vaunted first-party lineup. Phantom Liberty is a fine send-off for this world CD Projekt has been working on for the better part of the last 10 years.
Got iron in your hand. Gotta put it to someone's head. Pull the trigger.
If I don't do anything, and do it soon, I'll die.